Removing a tree from a roof. William Hovey Smith, 2022. Quick version. Remove branches from tree except those supporting the trunk. Prop up the tree to support it while you cut out the top. Cut out the top and directional pull to have it fall away from the house.
This is Hovey Smith, the backyard sportsman. And I'm standing beside a very old and very large cherry laurel. Cherry laurels are mostly known here in my part of the southeast as shrubs in second growth vegetation. This has been here for 100 years at least, perhaps closer to 150. It was by the site of an old well, which is right here. And for many decades, it grew by and shaded the well house. Over the years, it has grown to a trunk diameter here that's between 1 and 2 feet, depending on how you measure it. And it is rotten and split, and hurricane season started a few days ago. It's also developed an undesirable lean towards the house. So consequently, as a preemptive measure, I'm going to take this tree down. It has sheltered countless number of birds' nests, fed more with its berries, and we also have living in it from time to time snakes, various kinds of lizards, numerous insects, and likely other creatures as well that I haven't discovered yet. But it's time for it to go. So I'll show you how I have it rigged. You are not imagining things. As I pan up the tree, you see it has a very definite lean compared to the house. You'll also see a hole actually in it where a section has rotted out. This cherry laurel, when it's old, is both brittle and tends to rot, neither of which are good concerning the soundness of the tree. I have a chain connected here and joined to my winch cable attached to my truck. So as we cut it with a chainsaw, we have tension applied to attempt to fall it in the direction of the truck instead of toward the house. But as broken as this piece of wood is, almost anything could happen. In detail, you can see some of the creases, rolls, and rotten spots. Now, putting a saw in this is going to be an interesting undertaking. I'm going to cut a V notch at the bottom and then start cutting from the other side until hopefully the tension on the chain will pull it in that direction. I'm starting off with a cleaned chainsaw with a new blade and full of oil and gas.
Make your own job, anytime, anywhere, at any age. A business book for everyone. Create your own job ideas, raise immediate cash, make a better job where you work, copyright your work, patent your inventions, form your own company, plan for a fun retirement business, and leave a legacy. The Kirkus Review of Books considered this a worthy book for the newbie entrepreneur, and the U.S. Review of Books put it on their recommended list. Make Your Own Job, Anytime, Anywhere, at Any Age is a softcover, e-book, audiobook, and is available from booksellers worldwide.
I cannot say that the sideways pull did any good at all. In short, it fell against the house anyway. Well, at least it was sort of a gentle fall. It wasn't driven by storm winds, so okay. Maybe we're doing okay after all. We'll have to see when we get in there and get those tops up. With my attachments as they are, I'm going to see if I can pull it off the stump. But that move got it off the stump at least, so now I can start working on the branches. My winch may not be able to move that whole top now that it's down, and as tangled up in these are in the branches, yeah, by far that's the best way to get them. Where we are at the moment is the next morning, and we had a thunderstorm last night, and it got everything fairly wetted down, over an inch of rain I suspect. This morning I got the Portland chainsaw out. It's an electric saw from Harbor Freight, and it's an inexpensive saw, but it's great if you've got smaller pieces of wood to work and they're reasonably close to your house, which is the case with most people, to tell you the truth. So I am using it to trim up these small branches here. And what I'm doing is I'm cutting them at about every fork so that they will lie flat in the cart and also on my burn pile, so I get a more efficient burn. It's supposed to be better than 90 degrees today, so hopefully this afternoon I'll actually start the first fire and start burning some of this stuff up. I still do not know if any damage was done to my house or roof when I felled the tree. Of course, didn't intend to fall it in that direction, but that's the way things went. Now, one dangerous point here is, although the tree is resting on the ground at the butt now, I do not know what's supporting it underneath. So consequently, I'm going to be very careful about what I cut. This overhanging stuff here, it's not touching the house, is going to get cut out before I start tackling any more on the trunk of that tree. So if it should roll or fall, I don't get trapped. Because that is still a hunk of heavy wood. And if you get trapped beneath it falling, you're going to be there for a while, guy. I'm going to illustrate how I cut the branches on this detached branch over here. Before you start cutting, there are two things to make sure you have, and that is plenty of extension cord to reach everywhere you're going to reach, and it is also unencumbered. That is, it's not hooked up or caught up on any other thing you previously cut. One thing you want to check with any saw, and these electric saws too, is what your oil level is, because you want to make sure that you cut with plenty of oil. And we have all 3/4 full, so we're doing good. On this particular saw, you operate by doing two actions. You push this button forward, and then you pull up on this lever. Well, as you can see, I fairly well reduced that branch, and now we can go ahead and load it up in the cart. We are continuing work on our cherry laurel, which I attempted to fall away from the house but was not successful. In fact, it did impact the house, but so far as I can tell, not very seriously. But I don't want to cause any damage by further work on the tree. As you can see from this side, the tree is in full leaf, and yeah, I'm going to come in and take the branches off this side as well, so I can better see the structural elements in that tree itself. When I cut the piece that's actually impacting the roof at the top, there, I don't want the full weight of the tree dragging against the roof. The little light branches that are sitting on it will probably fall away without any damage at all. But if the full weight of the tree is on it, well, that's another matter. Now I'll show you what I'm going to do about it. Shooting now along the axis of the tree itself, you can see how tortured this tree is. It's rotten, it's twisted, its branches there in the center take off. Now that's going to be interesting for wood turning, but not for structural purposes. And then as we approach the house, up toward the top, there are also many old breaks and rehealings and branches going almost every direction one can imagine. So what I'm going to do is prop it up. And there is one of the props I'm going to employ. I have cut away another trailer load full of branches this morning, and we're now getting where we can see actually what structural elements are supporting this tree. And as you can see, we still have some lying against the house, but that's fairly benign. Now the ones that I'm concerned with is this branch that's still in contact with the roof. And I want to take this down slowly, piece by piece. Then, swinging around, you can see how I've pretty well stripped the rest of the trunk there. And finally, we have our trailer load of material ready to haul off. I'm still using my little cart, and in this I'm putting dry stuff, which we're going to use to ignite the burn pile. We are about to see if our plans to take down this tree and get it off the roof of my house without damaging the roof will work. I've put in 2 props, one here and one here. And the way I have trimmed the tree, everything in contact with the ground, I have left in contact with the ground. So, when I make a cut here, a V-cut, the V-cut should compress like this, put tension on my supports, ultimately drop this piece straight down, and have it on my roof without doing additional damage. We have an opportunity to make a test of concept. Above me here, you can see a limb. It's got enough tension under it that it's actually started to crack. So I'm going to cut that one first and bring it down, and it should lower the whole work a little bit. And if I get tension put on my supports, then I know we're working. At least this is one less piece to deal with. I have a trough cut in that limb. So as I continue cutting first from the top and then from underneath, we should see it start to close. Until death do you part. An American family meets their Sicilian cousins. A romance adventure by William Hovey Smith. A vendetta killing, forced marriages, lust, love, hate, and revenge stalk Sicily's ruins in this land of blood, fire, and terror. An American family is cast into a world they do not know and are bound by ties of blood, honor, and respect to an uncertain future as they are hunted by a rival mob. 5 years in the writing, on location in the American Southwest, Louisiana, and Sicily. Until Death Do You Part is available as softcover, ebook, or audiobook from book sources worldwide. Excellent. That was exactly the desired result. The limb fell straight down, parallel to the house. So yes, there'll be some more cutting on it. But yeah, we got it done. And I can see no scrapes on the side of the house or damage to the roof. So yeah, well, just clean up now, but yeah, we did good. This is Hovey Smith, the Backyard Sportsman. reminding you to hunt what you eat and eat what you hunt. Be legal, be ethical, be safe. Goodbye, God bless, and see you next time. My friends in the wood-turning community will come and take this large cherry laurel and from it make bowls, Native American flutes, pens, and other objects. This wood is heavier than oak when green and cuts soft, similar to yellow pine. When the white fresh-cut wood dries out, it has a persimmon color. The crushed leaves and sap smell like cherry, hence the name cherry laurel. It blooms, yields a 3/8 inch seed, which are consumed by cardinals and other wildlife. For more information about my books, blogs, and more than 900 videos, go to www.hoviesmith.com. To find out more about my business books, go to createyourownjobsecurity.com. To discover how my novel, screenplay, and movie project is coming along, go to bloodties.net. Hunt what you eat and eat what you hunt. Goodbye and God bless.